Alrighty, I'm gonna be redoing this damn tutorial I made like a year ago. It's kind of shit, and things have gotten a little more simplified. Most of the extra mods that I had included in that guide are kind of useless now, and for the most part, the only mod I really recommend adding is hover. It's in the description or in the comments because I can't post hot links. And then also go ahead and open up the GitHub because you're going to be wanting to reference this and copy and paste a lot of this because for the most part I'm just going to be going through it, but we do have, this is going to be like a multifaceted guide. I'm going to just title it pretty generic so a lot of people can like find it. It'll probably only be like 10 minutes to actually install Gamma, but I do have a few extra stuff for you. One thing is we can actually get Stalker Gamma working on Steam through Pripyat. I recommend you can get this game for like $5 off of G2A, or you can also check out the website called Is There Any Deal if you don't want to support G2A, which I understand. You can get this game for very cheap and it'll let you play on Steam with Steam Overlay. And the reason you want that is because I can show you how to get this game working for the Steam controller. I think I actually already had it opened up. Yes. So we'll go over this towards the end of the video, but I have been, let me see. I've put in about 10 or so hours just with the controller lately. And obviously it's not perfect, you know, I can't do no like flicks to kill some monolith guy that's over there, but it plays really well with the controller, which is surprising, and it's very nice to kind of like sit back and play this game on a controller. So if you're interested, you have the Steam controller and you're willing to fork out the little bit of money to get this game, I highly recommend you doing so. Definitely worth it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the guide. So go ahead and make a games folder. So in your home, you'll make a games folder, and if you don't know, you can actually just drag this to add it to your places. So you do that, and then make yourself a Stalker Gamma folder. I already have that, so I'm gonna go into here. So yeah, go ahead and make yourself a Stalker Gamma video or folder, and that. So yeah, go ahead and get the GitHub up, and this is running through a kind of, it's like a sandbox tool called Bottles, and you're going to want to install it. The guide has it explained pretty well here. Just install it with these commands and then make sure you run this. You can just copy and paste it exactly. This will give your Bottles perms to actually go through your system files because you're not actually downloading anything. We're just using it with wine and stuff like that. So, yeah, pretty much here we're just going to download the Gamma launcher. I did notice this recently. So, for you Arch Linux people, I did recently notice this. Gamma launcher is on the R repository, so you can use Yay to build this. I am going to show the Python method just because that's more generalized for every distro, but I do highly recommend giving this a try, you know. It's on R, so it should be a lot easier. You would more or less skip a lot of the steps that I'm about to show you with Python, and you just get right into using Gamma Launcher. So yeah, just wanted to mention that for people using Arch Linux or any Arch-based distros. If you are not an Arch-based distro, ignore that. Just follow what I'm about to do. So if you are using Arch, you can still do this too. So yeah, for the most part, we are just going to get cloned. You can right-click, open terminal here, and that'll let you just get in real easily. How well does this show up? I'm gonna zoom in a bit, so I think it's, I can just, yeah. So y'all can see a little bit better. I know my monitor is pretty big. So yeah, we're just gonna, pretty much getting most of my commands from the GitHub, so make sure you have that in your other monitor. So yeah, we just get that, and then now we're gonna build more or less like an environment for Python, so you could install Python apps. So yeah, that should have made our Vivu. So now we can activate it by doing this. You can press tab to autocomplete. And then see, that gave us a little Vivu thing in the corner. Let me put my OBS on my third monitor so I can just make sure you can see. And then yeah, so we're going to try and do pip install. But it's not going to probably let us, yeah. Pip install -- upgrade pip. So now you're going to want to CD in the Gamma launcher, and then now you'll do pip install dot. So that basically tells it to install here. So yeah, it's going to go through. For the most part, you shouldn't have any issues there. You can do this to double check everything worked, but I wouldn't be surprised if from most of you it didn't. Yeah, see, that confirms it worked. So for most of you, you probably had an error. That is normally caused by missing packages. The common one is unrar. So use your package manager on your distro to install it, unrar. If you're still running into errors, just copy and paste it and throw into ChatGPT. You're likely just missing another package, and ChatGPT can figure it out for you. I wouldn't bother trying to just read the code. You don't need to do that anymore, and for the most part, you're not a coder, so you don't need to learn how to do that. Just throw it into ChatGPT. It'll tell you you're missing a package. You tell it what distro you have. It'll likely fucking just give you the code and boom, or the command, and you're good to go. Okay. So now we can just get right into it. We can install Gamma. So we're gonna back out of this. You do cd .. to go back to your previous directory. So you're not just like, because if you do just cd, it'll bring you back to your home directory. Okay, so go ahead and back to the GitHub. Copy this. This is basically telling the game to install a full path, and it's splitting up Anomaly, Gamma, and then all the mods will go into cache. So basically that means if you want to add a mod like we are going to do, you're going to add it to this cache directory. You're not going to add it straight to Gamma into the mod folder. You can do that, and that is still doable, but the cache directory gives you that little bit of, I guess, data redundancy, more or less. So yeah, this is going to take a while. No real reason to have y'all watch this. This is probably going to take close to like 30 minutes or so. It might take a little longer depending on your internet, and it can also be really fucking slow if there's been a new update, because this is all going through Gamma launcher. So if for some reason there's been a high influx of people downloading, it might be a little slow. Like when the original 0.9.5 update came out, it took me like 5 hours to install this game, even though I have good internet, just because there's so many people downloading it. But the advantage with this launcher, and why I honestly like this launcher over like the Windows one, is that you're not dependent on ModDB. You can still download the game, because on the day that update dropped, ModDB crashed. That's how popular this shit is. ModDB fucking crashed that day and could not, was like down for quite a few hours, and nobody could install the game. But if you were on Linux using Gamma launcher just through the console, it would download. It would just take forever, but it would still download. You couldn't connect and even start the download on Windows for a while there. But yeah, my rant's over. I'll be back in a bit. Bye-bye. Alright, so while you're waiting for this to finish installing, go ahead and open up Bottles. And then in this top right corner, go ahead and select Preferences. Runners. Go down to Proton GE, and just use the newest version that's currently out. For me, that's 11-5. So I know it works on 11-5, and I know the guide, he uses like 9-26. You should be fine just using the newest Proton version, because they do add like performance updates and stuff like that. So it's good to use the newest one. I can confirm 11-5 does work, but try the newest one that's out for you whenever you're watching this video. And then if you are going to play this game on Steam, go ahead and make sure that the game on Steam is installed. You're going to need this installed. So go ahead and install it. It doesn't take very long. And then you're going to want to download this off of Flatpak, Proton QT. Very useful little thing. This will basically help just download any Proton versions for you. So you go to add version, go to GE Proton, and then get the newest one. And then install, and then once it finishes installing, you'll need to restart Steam in order for you to actually be able to go down to properties compatibility and be able to see it in your list. If you haven't restarted Steam, you won't be able to. But yeah, just go ahead and have all that loading at the same time, and then go ahead and step away and expect this to take like an hour or maybe even 2 hours. Sometimes it's really slow. Okay, that took a little longer to download than expected, mostly because I had my fucking VPN on. So realistically, it should only take like 30 minutes to download if you got good internet. Okay. So, we're gonna go to bottles, and we're gonna make ourselves a Stalker Gamma one. That's what y'all will want to do. I already have one, so well, actually, I could just do this. Yeah, I'll just do that. I put gaming, or gaming, and then go to GE Proton 11-5, and then I create. This shouldn't take really long at all. Boom. So yeah, go here, click browse, and then go to the GitHub, go, and then on step 5, see right here, go ahead and copy that. Now you see in your directory, it put you in the C drive, but you want to go back one into the Stalker and what it's actually named. Right click, open terminal here, paste that in, and then go back to this directory, and you can just steal this location right here, so that makes it a little easier. And then you could just use the back arrow to go all the way back here. Get rid of this, paste, and then press enter. It should have some pop-ups for you. Yep. You just want to go through them all, because if you don't go through them as they pop up quickly, as you see it pauses it, so you want to go through it. Yeah. Close out, and you'll get okay. Should be like one more. Yep, and then it's done. Okay, and then that should be about it. We go here to add shortcut. I'm gonna go to games. You're gonna find your Gamma video. For me, it's this. You're gonna find your Gamma folder. You're gonna go to mod organizer, and you're gonna add that. Go to launch. Yep, should pop up this for the first time. You're gonna press next. You're gonna do a global instance. This is very important. Don't do the global instance. Do the portable instance. Browse. Go to my computer. Find your Z drive. It's normally Linux when it comes to the wine shit is on the Z drive. Then go to home. Your user. Games, where you have Stalker downloaded, and this is the important part. Select the Anomaly directly. Don't select Gamma. Select Anomaly, and then press choose. Press next, and as you can see, it switched to Gamma. It's supposed to do that. Press next, next, finish. Just press OK. Press no, OK. Use old categories, and boom. You could just press yes, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, it should pop up with the amount of mods being used, and so you're not blinded. You can the little tool thing, go to themes. Under here, dark mode, and press OK. Boom. Now you're not blinded anymore. You're welcome for that. Okay. So, you can just go ahead and start up. But, like I mentioned before, there is one mod that I do highly recommend you grab, and that is Hover Loot. This is in the description. You're going to be dismantling a lot of ammo in this game to craft the ammo you're actually using, so you're going to want this mod. So I think I already installed it earlier. Let me just go over here. I thought I deleted. Oh, I did. Clicked on the wrong folder. Games. Then we're gonna go to where I have everything downloaded. And like I said before, you're gonna want to put whatever mods you're adding, you'll put over here. Now there is a few other honorary mention mods that I have. You can normally go to, I was actually watching his video while waiting. This guy's YouTube channel. It's like one of the bigger, he's like one of the more popular Stalker YouTubers. Anytime he's streaming, you can go to his stream and type in chat !mods, and that will show like a list of the extra mods he's using. He normally has a pretty good selection. And yeah, here. This is what, as of time, he is currently using. The ones that I highly recommend taking a look at is IXR Texture, Arrival, and Job to Done. Those three mods are highly recommended. I'm not gonna bother posting, or because they're mostly straightforward. I think Arrival is the only semi-complicated one, because that one deals with changing the textures for all of the anomalies in game. But just go to the description of the mod and they'll tell you how to do it. That's just some honorary mentions. You need this mod to play though, like badly. So now that it's in there, you can go to downloads. As you can see, it should be on the top, but if not, you could just type it. Drop dismantle is what we're looking for. You press install or right click install. It'll come at the bottom here and check mark. Now there's also two mods I want to mention. One is Black Market. I highly recommend clicking this one. It says buyable gear, but it really just gives the traders like more stuff they sell, and I always play with it on. I highly recommend it. The guns they sell are like absurdly expensive, so it's not really a method to getting guns. It's just some more stuff they can sell. It's the only really nice parts that you might buy like a set of armor from them later on in the game, but for the most part it just lets you buy like scopes and attachments. And then this other mod, so yeah, right here, better campfire saves. This is the one that forces saving on campfires, and if you do not want that feature, uncheck this mod. Now, I do recommend for my people wanting to use this on Steam, and particularly with the controller, I recommend you unchecking this mod and keeping it not used. I'm just gonna keep it unchecked because I'm not gonna. Alrighty, before I was rudely interrupted as usual. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you go up here and select your, it was like this earlier. Select AVX. Basically, AVX is something to do with your CPU. If you can run it, you're fine. But if the game just won't run with it, then your CPU doesn't support it and don't go with it. But if it does, generally, you should always use that. So yeah, go ahead and click run. Game should just boot up. It normally takes a while, especially on that first instance. And lately with 0.9.5, it's like a third or fourth of the time I start the game up, I always get this error that's on like line 1097 or something like that. If that happens to you, just let the game crash, just close out of it, restart it, and you shouldn't have, well, it might have error again, but it's like, just load it up again and you'll be fine. So yeah, Game is up. So if we go over here to mod configuration, dismantle and drop item, can go here. For my people using the Steam controller, I have it bound to numpad dot or numpad period. There is some settings that I want to go over. First, let me... Jeez. Yeah, so there is some settings I want to go over. I'm just gonna throw myself into a new save real quick, because there is some saves that are like pretty much this like determined from loading in, or that you can only select when loading in. Start. Just gonna go in with nothing. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, the game runs a lot better now because there's multicolor support and all that other fun stuff. So, game runs really well. But yeah, I'm gonna go and get all my list of settings, or I'm just gonna go through them. I'm not gonna have y'all figure it out with me. Okay, I just got all the settings done. My game probably looks a little weird because it just gave me an unstable game warning. But we can go through my settings. There's a few of these settings you can only do in game. Like, for example, I'll do the first one, like this one. Just so you know, you go to gameplay progression difficulty, then down here, limited bolts. This is checked normally, uncheck it. If it's your first playthrough, having limited bolts is gonna kind of just be a detriment to you. You might as well just have unlimited, and it's gonna help you figure out the game a little bit better, especially if you're new. I just use it because I'm lazy. Okay, so we go to visual, basic. Your resolution might be set to 1080p by default. Mine was, so make sure you fix that. Your FOV is your standard, as usual, but your HUD FOV, that one's a little misleading. That's actually how far your gun is from your character. So how far my hand is like out in the screen, that's determined by HUD FOV. See if I go really far, and if I go really close. Yeah. So that's one thing I missed for a while. I like it at 0.8 particularly. I like my gun a little further out. Well, yeah, if we could just get right into it. So for the most part, I didn't really change much in here. You go max this out, then go back one. Then max this out, go back one. And same thing with that one. Kept all that the same. Don't really touch anything because there. This, as I changed a little bit, you can get away with some performance by, instead of increasing the density of grass, increase the height for the size. That'll help. Then yeah, this is all pretty much the same. I wouldn't touch any of this because you might crash. So yeah, we'll just go to controls. Here, the only thing you really need to change, because they changed this at some point, is sprint is X by default for whatever reason, so just switch these two. Sprint is shift, and then, you know, crouch is X. And then for my Steam controller people, come here to next and previous button. Set next button as period, and then previous as comma. And then yeah, you could keep these default for the controller. For people using Steam Deck or the Steam port, and I'm gonna show you after this, you want to go in and get all your settings configured, because all your settings that you apply now, once you move it over to Steam, it'll save those settings, and if you ever needed to adjust something, you don't want to have to redo it every time. So first, come to DOA. This is spawn rates for artifacts. So this is what I have it set to, just pause the video and just copy these sliders. Have them exactly as these numbers. Now, you probably don't like that weird little hazing whenever you scope into a weapon. Like, you can fix that. Go to SSS settings, weapons depth of field, and then just turn all these sliders to 0. Just turn all those motherfuckers off, because they are annoying. And that'll get rid of that. And just make sure you press apply whenever you get out of this. So yeah, that should be everything for the settings. And if this was all you wanted to do, you are good, and you can go ahead and start playing Stalker. So, for my people that want to get this working on Steam, really not too hard. You just gotta make sure you own this game is the real thing. So go ahead and close out of that. We're gonna actually go back to our video testing. Now I'll have this command in the description. Basically though, our method to doing this is to copy all the Gamma mods onto Anomaly. And fun fact, this game is the game that was used to make Anomaly. So, we could trick Steam into thinking this is actually Anomaly's Call of Pripyat, where in fact it's based off of it, but it's not. So we kind of just rename this. So before you do this command, go to your thing over here, go to Anomaly, go to bin, and then you see the AVX one that we've been using. You're going to rename it the same as this. Just go here, rename XR. If I can type. Can these people shut up? XR engine. Okay, yeah, that's all you gotta do. And the reason you want to do that is because it's gonna be very, very nice for doing, if you ever, because the chances that you were like, yeah, you want to add a mod or whatnot, and you know, you could just do that, then redo this command, and you'll be good to go. Or you just ran into an issue. So yeah, go back over here, right click, open terminal. Or no, I have one over here, don't I? Yes, I do. The big one. Might as well make it easy to fucking see. Oh shit. Oh shit. My old guide that I'm about to delete. Clear this so you can actually fucking see. Paste this command. Now, if you are rerunning this command after you had just, you know, you wanted to add a mod to your Steam instance or whatnot, it'll probably error out. And the reason that it errors out is because you have this Stalker Gamma folder already created. So after all that, just delete it. So yeah, while this is doing this, we are actually going to open up a new tab. I can make it a little bigger for you. And there is this other command, but we're going to edit it a little bit. Just paste that. Well, I'm going to edit it, but yeah. Games, video, testing. For you, it'd be Gamma. And then we're going to come here. We're just going to do the Call of Pripyat folder. And the reason we're doing this is because this will make it so that if when we ever need to move the game back over to the Steam one, instead of having to always right click on Steam and open it, we'll just have this folder right here that we can access it easy peasy. Now we are going to come back to this command because we will need it. This does not take long, as you can see. It's very, very quick because it's actually just copying all the folders over and just putting it on top of Anomaly. So realistically, this should only be like a few more minutes. I guess, yeah, we could do that. So yeah, while this is going, we're gonna actually go back to the folder we had right here, not the linked, because you need this. So go up to steamapps, and then you see where it says comp data. Go to comp data, and then 41700. That's Call of Pripyat. So that's what we're looking for. And then go to PFX, and then I'm just gonna move that to trash. We're gonna be doing something we just did just a moment ago. We're gonna open this terminal. We're gonna paste this command that we just did not that long ago, and I bet you know where this is going. So we're just gonna go here. We're gonna steal this. And then we're just gonna go over here and run through it. This is pretty much just repeating the previous steps we needed to get the bottles going. This just gets all of our good wine prefixes downloaded, so that whenever it actually Steam loads up the game, it'll actually use this shit. So yeah, this is pretty much just a repeat of last time that we just did this. Really not too hard. If it can go a little faster, that'd be awesome. Oh yeah, it's giving me this stuff because I already have it installed, but it should just be going through everything like it did for you. I'm just gonna click repair just because it'll give you the standard things we had before. I've already gotten it going, and you'll know it worked by you got that log folder. So yeah, go ahead and close out of that. And then yeah, it's pretty much just waiting for this. I'm not gonna extend it out, so we'll be back. Okay, it only took it like 5 seconds after I had finished the recording to finish. So yeah, we are done here. So now we're gonna go to this. We're gonna open up that linked folder we just made, and then we're gonna go over to Gamma, and we're gonna highlight all this, and then we're gonna move this to trash, and then we're going to move this over here. Don't copy, move it over. And then make sure you delete this after, so that if you have to re-download, it doesn't give you that error. So now we're going to come back to this. And the reason we are doing that is because we are going to want to... This is a good way of having a little bit of data redundancy for your save files. So, appdata, or no. Oh no, it is. Yeah, because there is an anomaly. I don't know why I thought there was an anomaly folder. And then save game. Then we take it and we have it go to anomaly, app data, and then yeah. So we go back here, go to anomaly, app data, and delete the saved games folder. So now whenever we press enter, saved games folder will be a shared link over here. So now every time you save the game in Steam, it'll also show under anomaly. So whenever if you end up for whatever reason needing to load it up under bottles to test something, you'll still have it. Bottles will still be able, or mod organizer will still be able to see all of your saved games. And if you have it loaded and running in a mod organizer through bottles without Steam, and you had to save the game, it'll still transfer over to Steam as well whenever you move back over to that. Just makes it a little easier to do all this shit with some soft links stuff. So yeah, that is that. So now we could just come over here and press play. Ugh. Go ahead and get this guy going too. Good old Steam controller. I should have saved the game when I was playing earlier. That would have been. Oh, well, I just did that anyways. Yep, so now you are in. Oh, there it goes. Yep, see, we are in. So yeah, we could do a new game, we can continue playing and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna just go over the Steam controller real quick so that my boy's interested in it. Okay, I want to load up my saves so this will be easier to show. So, for my people interested in the controller, go ahead and open up Steam Overlay. And then, you'll have to download my layout. So search, and yeah, it should show up right here. Don't download the work in progress one. I tried to delete that one, but it's still up there. Download this one. Okay, so yeah, for the most part though, I do have a touch menu I'll go over, but I have most of the buttons just bound to what you would normally use. I didn't want to like put leaning on the bumpers because then you'd have to drag and claw to shoot because you're often leaning in this game and that's uncomfortable. So I put them at the bottom pedals while putting the your quick action menu. Well, here we'll just go over it. I'll put quick action menu on the. Sometimes the controllers, yeah, they just. Yes. Sometimes your controls can be a little messed up. Oh wait, no, that's right. You gotta. I'm fucking retarded. Okay, don't mind the Sin that are dead here. They showed up at my base for no reason. So yeah, I got the top shoulder button or the back gripper up for the both of the menus. Mostly because you know you want to kind of lean and be able to access that sometimes. And then I put the D-pad for most things that you're not using super often, like the companion menu. I don't have a button for like point to move because I try not to use companions because I find them a little OP at times. And then I got like B for your for this guy, the PDA. Y is wipe face, but it's also dismantling items. And then X is going to be your reload, and it's going to be your interact button, so you can do both. Oh yeah, so touch menu, this is pretty simple. It's mostly just for all of your less needing things. I do have, so let me go back. For the bumpers, I got next weapon and previous weapon for them. So you can kind of just cycle through what you got. So you're not always reliant on the touch menu when it comes to switching weapons. And I wanted those to be in an easy spot, so I chose the bumpers. But I still gave you a better way of being able to select which is which. And then your knife. A lot of these, as you can see, have that line with the second word. It's just the what it could be. A lot of them have that. And then this can like bring out your bolts. If you hold this down, it'll do your night vision, blinding, detector. This will do your quick slots. I just kind of had that there just because I know most of the time we just use this now. Save game, big one. Need that. Ammo selector, another big one. Need that shit. And then this is your map movement, but it's also to do scope. So you go over here, you do this, boom, and you can zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. And then if you're on the PDA, you can zoom out, or you should be able to. Just because I was clicked on that. Yeah, it was. You can zoom out with that, and zoom in if you need to. Makes it easy to navigate. For the most part, you know, it's pretty easy to fight. The only time that I'm having real issues is like there's a ton of enemies. I did stop using keyboard and mouse during Brain Scorcher, just because the time was a little bit, the time gating bit was a little bit much to try and impose while using the controller. But for the most part, I do enjoy playing this game on the controller a lot. It's super fucking fun. I put at least 10 hours into this controller layout. Just been kind of working on it over time. But yeah, that's the guide. I'm gonna have to go edit this. So, you have a good one. Bye bye. Hope you enjoy the zone.